Bill, I'm so happy to be here with you again. So thank you so much for having me here.
The pleasure's all mine, man. As usual, it's great to see you.
Excited about Gamescom Latam?
Absolutely. Another great event. You know, first time they're here in Latin America and they chose Brazil. Awesome.
Yeah, and it's like Gamescom, you know? Like first time here, next year is going to be bigger. And Nintendo is one of the biggest, or if not the biggest sponsor here, right?
We have a very nice booth here, and we think it's important to support the local industry, right? It's an industry event, and we have a lot of games that local developers have made, and we're showing them in our booth. So yeah, we want to support the local Brazil industry, absolutely.
I've seen like Nintendo, people who have noticed that Nintendo is really present everywhere. Big festival, Nintendo was here. Gamescom Latam, CCXP last year, even Coelho Awards, right? Is that like something you're going to keep doing, like keep supporting the events in Brazil?
Yeah, we're going to continue to look for events to connect with our consumers. You know, I mean, it's all about reaching out. It's all about providing that interaction and that consumer experience. So yeah, we're going to keep on looking for those opportunities.
That's great. It really shows that Nintendo cares about Brazil and is looking like to the fans and looking like to our local industry. And I imagine you've been talking to other studios here that are in Gamescom Latam, maybe showing their games and maybe like creating some new connections to bring new games for the Nintendo platforms?
Yeah, absolutely. It is a great forum, right, to connect with all kinds of people in the industry. And you're right, we're seeing folks from different third parties that are here, also local developers. So yeah, we love being here. Not just consumers that will also start coming tomorrow, but also just all kinds of folks in the industry. It's very important.
Bill, one thing that was really nice for us in the last Nintendo Direct, everyone was super excited. Have you seen the reactions?
I know what's coming. Yeah. Very positive. Keep on going. Yeah.
Well, so many games in Portuguese.
Yes.
So many games. Like all of the new games Nintendo announced are all in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Is that something that we can expect to like keep happening?
Well, again, you and I, you always ask those tough questions, and you've been hammering on this particular point. And we've asked, please be patient, right? We're ramping up, and now we're starting to see it. They got some great games coming. Particularly excited about September 26th, right? We have Legend of Zelda, right? And we're so excited about this latest game that's coming, Echoes of Wisdom. And it's the first game in Brazilian Portuguese for Zelda. We over-index in Brazil on Zelda games. So Zelda is so strong here, and now having the game finally in Portuguese, the fans are going crazy. But to your point, there's more coming. Then come October, we have another game, right? We have Super Mario Party, Jamboree, Brazilian Portuguese, and then we still have, go ahead.
Is that also dubbed in Portuguese or only the texts?
Dubbed or text also?
Sorry, I didn't get
Jamboree.
Jamboree.
Oh, no, it's actually voice.
Oh,
Voice
wow,
also,
it's
yeah.
voiced.
Brazilian Portuguese.
Mario Party Jamboree aí, ó, dublado em português.
Brazilian voice in Mario Party.
Voz
you go.
brasileira, olha só que legal. Muito legal. Super excited about that.
That is huge. And then we also have in November, right? You see the steady cadence of games. Now we have Mario and Luigi Brothership.
Yes.
Also in Brazilian Portuguese. So
RPG.
Yeah. So you can play as Mario and Luigi and go through all these different obstacles and challenges and go from island to island. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. But all these games in Brazilian Portuguese. So we're getting there. We're building up the resources and the capabilities.
Yeah, that's really good. Do we have information about the dubbing as well for Mario and Luigi Brothership?
I'm going to ask the expert, my helpline, Brothership, Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, it's going to be
Also
voice?
What is, but okay, there you go.
Yeah, it's super
It depends on
exciting.
the game, right? If it's got,
RPG.
I know.
Yeah,
Coelho pointed that
RPGs.
out.
First, the Legend of Zelda game, that's huge for us.
Yeah.
And we also have one more product that I'm very curious if we're having it day one here in Brazil, which is the Nintendo Switch Lite. In my opinion, the best looking one so far.
Oh,
Is it coming to Brazil?
It's coming to Brazil. We're still working on all the logistics to get it over here, but the plans are we're going to have it here in Brazil. Nintendo Switch Lite, beautiful Zelda version. Yeah, excited.
Yeah, that's super cool. Oh, speaking of Zelda, It's awesome to have you guys come to Brazil here. You like fly all the way here and are super present in all the events. Is it possible that someday maybe like we get some of the Japanese producers come here, like Eonuma or even Takashi Tezuka? They go to events sometimes in America, but what about Brazil? Is that something we can dream of?
They're so busy producing games for you here in Brazil that it's pretty hard. A lot of times when they get these requests, they're busy working, they're busy developing games. So we're going to keep on working on that, but no promises at this time.
Yeah. Bill, about the prices of games here in Brazil. I every day keep track of prices for physical media especially, and we notice a trend. Games like Detective Pikachu and some other games, their prices drop more than other games. Can we expect maybe Nintendo to like help us pay less, or that price range, like 180 reals or 200 reals, for more of the, more popular games as well, or is it something that is really hard?
Well, there's a lot of marketplace forces that impact the pricing. Certainly, as you and I have talked about before, as you ask these tough questions, it's in our interest for the games to be as accessible and affordable as possible. We want people playing with our games, right? So it's always something that we're looking at, and we're always looking for ways to get the product into Brazil as efficiently as possible.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, I know it's hard. But is Nintendo involved in these price drops as well, or is it something that only the partners do? Like, for example, Amazon, Mercado Livre, and other partners. We can find, they often offer coupons and this kind of stuff. Is Nintendo involved in this process, or it's all Amazon? What I mean is Nintendo helping their local partners to offer lower prices to the fans?
Sure, it's a great question. There are certain moments, like you'll see on the eShop, where we'll go ahead and have promos and specials. Again, we want to create those exciting opportunities for people to be able to access our games and buy them. So we'll do promos very once in a while, right? Again, refer to the eShop. But at the end of the day, it's the retailer who makes the decision as far as at what price they sell. So there are a lot of factors involved.
I see. Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about the future now.
All right.
Can we talk about the future?
Sure.
Yeah. In the last meeting for investors, Nintendo mentioned about their next system. Can we expect that Nintendo Switch 2, as we are popularly calling here in Brazil, now that it's official that it actually exists, can we expect it to come to Brazil as well?
If we look at the trends that we've had of bringing products to Brazil, and closer and closer and closer to the global launch date, I think that's a reasonable expectation to make.
Oh, that's super exciting. Is it reasonable to expect it day one here in Brazil as well? Is it a goal for Nintendo?
As you and I have talked about, it's definitely a goal. And I've told you before that my boss, he has also made it as something that's very important. So our leadership, Brazil is a priority for Nintendo, and our leadership's always looking at ways to improve the way that we're servicing the market. So as a goal, it's absolutely a goal. That said, then you run into all the different challenges from certifications and logistics and so forth, right? So no promises, but as a goal, that's absolutely our goal.
That's great. Yeah, we're really excited about this.
We know how important it is for the fans, man. So I get it. I absolutely get it. Just like the Brazilian Portuguese games. Absolutely.
Yeah. There's another thing that's super important for fans as well, related to Nintendo Switch and their next systems. People are worried about maybe Nintendo Switch receiving less games when the next system come out. In my channel, I keep telling everyone that I think, my theory is that Nintendo is going to keep both products receiving new games simultaneously. But maybe hearing it from you, what's the vision for the actual Nintendo Switch when the next system come out?
Well, you and I just talked through all the games that are coming still this calendar year, right? And then we already know that there's other games that are coming. Donkey Kong Returns, that's about to come out. We're targeting January for that. Another big announcement that came out on the Nintendo Direct is Metroid Prime 4, right? So those are games that we already know are in the pipeline and are going to be coming. We're already talking about 2025. So I think that there's plenty still there as far as games. And knowing what the installed base is of Nintendo Switch, I mean, we're talking about over 140 million units globally, right? As we've had 8 years of Nintendo Switch. That creates a very strong and interesting business for different developers, both first party as well as third parties and indies. So I think you can expect more and more games for Nintendo Switch, the current platform.
So Nintendo Switch is gonna be alive. It's gonna keep coming. The new games. Is that something we can expect? That's what you're saying.
For a while. Yep. I think that's a fair estimate and forecast on your part. Yes.
Yeah, it's super important for us, especially in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like we have the lower end, lower price point, like Nintendo Switch Lite, which is popular, and people want to, they invest in that, so they want to keep playing. Maybe one last question. I really want to know. It was mentioned as well that this next system is going to be more like a new model of the Nintendo Switch. Is that like a mistranslation, or is that actually how is Nintendo treating it?
I think the only information that's out there officially is what Mr. Furukawa, our president, mentioned, that we will comment more sometime during this fiscal year. Okay. So beyond that, it's a mystery. Hey, Nintendo, we love to surprise and delight.
Yes.
So, but stay tuned. Stay tuned.
All right, thank you so much. And you want to send a message to the fans?
I think Coelho covered everything very, very well. But we do have some other third-party games that are coming out. Some favorites are Just Dance. That's right around the corner. Also, EA Sports Football Club 25. That's going to be coming out on Nintendo Switch. And there's a whole lot more content out there. So stay tuned. Look it all up. And other than that, just so happy to be here in Brazil again with my good friend Coelho. Amo Brasil!
Valeu, galera. Muito obrigado. Thank you so much, Bill.
Ciao, ciao.
It's super exciting to be able to talk to you. Bye bye.